Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the February 4th, the Thirsty Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I can understand that, whoa, I really got off track there. Sorry about that. But here's the deal. So I've got this kind of like memorized and get myself off track. But with regard to understanding that things are happening for us versus to us, it means that we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. And so today, what you and I are going to go do is we're going to take a look at the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But in all honesty, it's really about the next 60 minutes. And during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up your phone, give us a call at 877-927-6648. And if you can't call in, we've got you covered there too. Send them early. Send an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, all the indices trading to the upside. The leader out here is the Russell 2000, up 1 7/10%. It's up 36 points. Trading out at 21.95. Let's go just straight to the indices out here, or the equity future contracts, just to see what's going on. So right now, we've got you want to talk about being at or near resistance? Well, that's where we're at. If you take a look at the ES Mini, it's trading at 38.52. 38.62 is the top of its daily profile. The NASDAQ, top of its daily profile, 13.512. She's trading at 13.482. The Russell 2000, top of its weekly profile is 21.92. We're trading at 21.92. So we have 3 of the 4 equity future contracts at resistance. Quite frankly, we have all 4. Because if we take a look at the Dow equity future contract, you'll notice at the center, which is at 37.79, much closer to the top than the bottom, and therefore it's a bearish structured profile. So resistance for the Dow is between 37.79 and 31.086 out there. So we've got all of these are sitting here at resistance. Now the question is, can resistance get taken out? And it most certainly can. Is there any kind of change in trend or anything going on? Well, we'd have to go take a look at the shorter term time frame charts, which we will do, but we're going to have to do that after we go to this call, because we have call ahead seating here, and that says we're going to go out to Colorado Springs and speak with Scott. Scott, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
Good, Steve. How are you?
I am very good. Thank you very much for asking. And what did you want to look at today?
Excuse me. The euro, I have the euro on a monthly 9-count top.
On a monthly 9 count, okay. Let me just. I got the euro US dollar chart up. I happen to have the daily time frame up right now. And so before I switch over to the monthly, maybe hit me with your full question.
My question is on the monthly chart, can price actually come down and tag the OUL?
Okay, so I'm going to switch over to the monthly chart, and you're right, it's got a TD 9-count top. Let me switch this oscillator and change line, which right now is set for the daily time frame. let me go ahead and switch this over to the monthly, and then we'll see what that number comes out to. And so now so the answer there is yes, absolutely. I mean, that is its target. So the reason that I would say that is its target, now we'll go take a look at the daily time frame chart for you and come up with a number. But the reason why I would say that is the target, Scott, is we can also see that the oscillator and change line, this is the monthly time that we're taking a look at, changed colors about 4 bars ago. When that changes color, we typically see over the coming sessions, we never know how many, but we typically see price and that line catch up to each other. In fact, it is the test of that, in this case here, because it's a green oscillator and change line, that is really key. If price tests and rejects, meaning it tested and it continues to move higher, then that is bullish, and that could be setting up an A to B equals C to the upside. If price closes below a green oscillator and change line, just tells us about a further retracement, which could be all the way back down to the bottom of its range, so to speak, which is at about the $1.04 level. $1.05 area. So the first answer to your question, that would become my first target, would be about $1.16, 1.1698 to be exact. So before I leave the monthly time frame chart, do you have any other questions about the monthly time frame?
No, sir. That's exactly what I was wondering.
Okay, so let's go take a look at the daily time frame. You know, on a monthly time frame, folks, whenever we use a larger time frame, what you like to do is you like to go to shorter term time frames to signal a change in trend. Since Scott's on the monthly, we get the opportunity to just go take a look at the daily and see what kind of signals we have here. Now I want to change that oscillator and change line back from monthly to daily, so this will take me just a moment to do out here. Just got to come change the setting, and we got there, voila, done. So in the case of the euro out here, I'm sure there's a sell the D point, an A to B equals CD to the upside. I can't draw it in on this version of the software. We don't need to. What you need to know, 2 things. First, price is below support. That would be the bottom of its daily profile. More so, what price here suggests that it is targeting is its breakout level. And that's at a 1.1837. Now, Scott, I didn't write down the number of the oscillator and change line for the monthly chart out there, but that would be the range area, 1.1837, and whatever the number was that I gave you for the oscillator and change line on the monthly time frame. Good with that?
117.
Okay, so now we talked about the monthly chart and how its oscillator and change line had changed colors recently. Well, guess what? The daily just did it yesterday. So what that tells us is over the coming sessions, now this is going to be bar number 7. It looks to me like maybe it'll play out this way. And that is that this will complete, the euro that is, will go ahead and complete a TD9 count to the bottom. And it will do it above 1.1837. And it should do that. So today's day 7, tomorrow could be 8. So there could be a top, or bottom I should say, in the euro between tomorrow and Tuesday. That's the best as far as the forecast that I can provide to us. That's assuming that the pattern sets up. No guarantee yet that it will set up. But then if you get a TD9 count bottom on the daily, knowing that the oscillator and change line has changed colors, that would be our signal that, okay, now on the daily basis, price and the oscillator and change line are getting ready to test each other. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's what I see when we take a look at the euro on the daily basis and on the monthly basis. Can I be of any additional assistance to you?
No, sir. I'm tracking right along with you. I appreciate it.
Perfect. I love it. Hey, Scott, good to hear your voice. Thanks for calling in. Have a terrific Thursday, fantastic weekend, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon.
You too, Steve. Thanks.
You bet. We'll be right back, folks.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 261, S&P 32. Let's get to some of our questions that have come in. First one coming in from Ian Miller. Ian wants to take a look at QDEL. QDEL is a ticker symbol, and he's looking for an entry point and support points on the daily and the weekly. So here's what we know right now about QDEL Corp out here. Price is trading above the top of its daily, weekly, and it's inside its monthly profile. So you're asking for support. First level of support on the daily would be 221.26. Below that, it's between 194 and 200. On the weekly, support is at 215. Below that, on a weekly basis, support is 178 to 190. Now, you're looking for an entry point. So let's go over and take a look at the QDEL. Let's look at the daily time frame, get a feel for any kind of signals that are out here. And, there's an A to B equals CD pattern, or a Gartley sell pattern. That confirmed a couple days ago with that bearish engulfing candle. Price right now, see how the oscillator and change line had recently changed colors about a week and a half ago. And so today is the test of that. Now, price is trading, Ian, just below the oscillator and change line, which is priced at 232.42 or 231.40. So close below 230.42 says we should see lower price. The question becomes, is that lower price just simply the 221.27 level? And I don't know the answer to that. Or is it lower back in the 194 to 200 area? So I think you're going to have to be patient here, at least for the next couple of days. Again, you're looking for an entry point. You want to see a close below 232 today and change, but we'll just go with the 232 nut out there. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, we can also see, so in addition to the top of the daily profile, which is a support level, and of course it's also dealing with its oscillator and change line, so too on the weekly basis, and it's really sitting right at it right now. So from a weekly perspective, we don't have any kind of a topping pattern. We just have a cone that's building a rising trend line, a descending trend line. They're not drawn in here, but you can visually see that. So closing below the 230 level here on a weekly basis at least suggests moving back to 215. On a monthly time frame chart, I don't have anything of significance here. I take that back. It had a TD9 count, half a dozen months ago or so. But support has never been broken. Support being the oscillator and change line, really. Short-term time frame, 30-minute chart out here. You know, it really doesn't do us a whole lot of good, Ian, to go look at the short-term time frame charts when the daily is giving us the information that be patient, that you should be able to get this at a lower price. And we're just going to have to look at the patterns associated. So today should be, actually, I take that back. I don't have any kind of pattern. Not yet. Not yet. Just support levels out there. So, Ian, I hope that helps you out with regard to QDEL. Thanks so much for writing in. We had a request to take a look at, this is Dan in New York, wanted to take a look at BHP, I believe it is, right? So let's get BHP going on my white background charts. Let's go ahead and pull it up here on the black background charts. Look at our three time frames for their TAS market profile. So price is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. That's at 67.25. Trading in between its weekly profiles, brand new weekly profile, resistance 74.41, support 63.42. So let's go pull over the BHP contract. Your question is what? Please look at BHP for an entry point. Okay. So with the trading below the bottom of its daily profile, we got to go see if there's any kind of bottom signal out here. And voila, there may be. So today, Dan in New York City, today is going to be, or should be, appears to be, bar number 9, although I take that back. In order for this to generate a TD9 count bottom, price would need to close below 66.78. And you're at 67.02. So now, Dan, it's shoot. If it does close below that level that I just gave you, then you've got a TD9 count pattern out here. And that TD9 count completing above its TD9 breakout level of 65.12, which is what you want to be able to see out here. So you're looking for an entry point. Right now, without that pattern, I guess we could draw in an A to B equals CD pattern out here. Although it's not much one, but let's go take a look at it anyways. So the A to B equals CD pattern. So price area for you to take a look at. Our A point is going to be the high from January 14th. Our B point out here, and it's going to be this low just the following day on the 15th, and then the C point a couple of days later. So what we're looking for, you're already at the 1 to 1.618 area. Maybe it's going to be the 65.13-ish type area. Let's go take a look at the weekly chart. See if there's any piece of information out here for us to assist us. So prices sit right now at support. So we can see that when this bottomed on a weekly basis, it was a TD9 count at the bottom. Likewise, it's a TD9 count at the top. And so I would suggest, Dan, that you also have some patience. See how this ends up trading for the week. You can see that it's sitting on the weekly oscillator and change line. If it does close below that, the suggestion there is that price would pull back to 63.42. So I would say 63.42 would be the first number that you're looking at out there, unless this finishes lower today, creates a TD9 count. And then we could say that the bottom on that pattern would either be today or tomorrow out here. So short of that happening, you're going to be patient and wait for the weekly and see what the weekly handles, how it handles the oscillator and change line out there. I hope that helps you out. That was for Dan in New York City, coming out of our Tiger's Den. Let's go to our next question. Next question is from the golf guy in Tampa. The golf guy in Tampa wants to take a look at CDE. CDE, I think that's Coeur d'Alene, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's somebody else. Yeah, Core Mining out here. And your question is, I'm looking to re-enter CDE. Okay, good. I got the right one. What would be a good entry point? You were looking at about 798. All right. So 798. If you're looking for 798, then let's go ahead and upgrade that to 808. 808 versus 798. Steve-O, come on. How'd you come up with that? Well, 808, George, happens to be the bottom of its daily profile. So that's where that was coming from. So I like your 798, but you might like 808 better. Now, the question is that a good entry point for CDE? We know that's a support level. Let's go see if there's any kind of patterns that we need to be aware of. So on the daily time frame, as we take a look at this instrument, we've got wave number 7 up at the top. That was letter G. You've got an island top out here. I think we kind of talked about that a little bit yesterday. And here, if 808 isn't the number, I'll give you another number that you might like. And that number is 692. And that is the most recent breakout level on CDE on its daily time frame. So we're at 692 and 808. And no pattern right now in the daily time frame as this is pulling back. So you'd have to be looking at some type of test of a swing point on lighter volume, something along those lines. On a weekly basis out here, what do we have? Actually not much at this stage of the game. Well, I take that back. You actually have a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top from about 4 weeks ago, that bearish engulfing candle. So that is still in effect. Monthly time frame chart out here. Monthly time frame chart says, you know what, that oscillator and change line turned colors a few months ago. And that says 707. So let's hone this in here. We're looking at about 707, 719, 692. Those are the numbers, George, right now, based upon the chart patterns that we're looking at, that look like the entry areas for CDE. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 257, S&P 31. Semiconductors are up about 0.5% or 13 points, and that's where we're going right now to take a look at the semiconductor index. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the yearly time frame chart. Yearly time frame chart, Steve-O. Don't worry, I can get it out. See, I can't even talk to myself. But let's go start with the yearly time frame chart. As we take a look at it, we're going to see that we are in the bar following bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So that says that in the year 2021, we could see a top. Likewise, in the year 2022, whatever the high is for 2021, if price starts closing or trading above that, it tells you about a strong momentum move to the upside. But you've got a valid candidate on a yearly basis for the semiconductor. So we go down to shorter term time frame charts and see what their signals are. Let's go take a look at the monthly time frame. Well, last month was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. Again, that high can come on the bar following. So that would be this month, the month of January. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that's been triggered, probably still above the oscillator and change line. But yes, you've got a topping pattern that is present on the monthly time frame. How about the weekly time frame? Well, the weekly time frame, you have a confirmed TD9 count top. Bar number 8 2 months ago was the high of that pattern. But what price hasn't done just yet is truly cracked support. You saw it close last week, I should say, below the oscillator and change line. This week, you're back up above it. So the signal here on a weekly basis is neutral. A valid top, but you have not when I say you, but price has not broken a key level of support. Right now, that first key level will be the oscillator and change line. So that's in the neutral column. If we take a look at the daily time frame out here, we're going to see a Rhodes momentum indicator top. That occurred on the trading day of January 22nd. Little bearish separation candle. That was the bearish reversal candle to confirm that pattern out here. Price bounced up yesterday. It found resistance even the day before up at the oscillator and change line. So this could be setting up an A to B equals C to the downside. If price closed above a green oscillator and change line on the daily basis, that's currently at 30.54. That would be telling you that price is going to go make a run for the highs out there. So your question was, you were looking for what? You say, Steve, can you please review a long entry into SMH? Looks like the SOX contract, the weekly and monthly topping near around the TD9s. Yeah. So on potential entry point, so I think you've got this correct. You see the same topping patterns that we just reviewed with everybody out there. And we'll use the daily as our chart time frame to generate that potential bottoming area. And that's going to be at 27.54.74. We need to see what patterns, if price does move down there, we need to see what patterns are present as it's getting into that area. Right now, the one that you'd like to see is an A to B equals C to the downside. And then when you get that C to D leg, if in fact it's able to close below the low of January 27, then we would be looking for a bullish reversal candle to confirm that pattern. So hope that helps you out with regard to the semiconductor index, what they are doing out here. Let's go take a look at our next question. Next question coming in from Tim M. And Tim writes in and is looking at CRDF, Cardiff Oncology. Let's get that going on all three time frames, CRDF for our TAS market profiles. Tim questions, I was listening a few days back when Brent called about Cardiff Oncology, and you gave it the green light. I took that trade, and it has worked nicely thus far. Perfect. Would you please take a look at TAS profiles on the daily and weekly time frame out here? Okay, let's go take a look at it. Price right now is struggling at the top of its daily TAS market profile. So that's 1307. You closed above it yesterday. You'd like to see a second close above it today. If you don't and price closes back inside there, well, then what that's telling us is that's suggesting that price could pull back to test that oscillator and change line. The oscillator and change line is right now at 1191. As far as other support areas out here, Tim, you're looking between 1060 and 1143. That's the bottom and center of its bullish structured profile out here. If this can close back above the top of its daily profile today, well, then that says that price should continue to move higher. On a weekly time frame, that higher gives you a price target of 1472 and 1606. 1606 being the more likely of the candidates. Now, we use that out here, Tim, because price is below the bottom of its weekly profile. So it always makes it dangerous, but we did have a confirming by the D point pattern on Cardiff when Brent had called in. So that's why we said, okay, we see a bottoming pattern here. That's why the green light. Plus, we had that bullish daily market profile. Let's come back and take a look at Cardiff on my other charts out here. Let's look at the weekly chart. What is the weekly chart? Weekly chart not giving us any additional information out there other than 1472 or 1606 on a continued rally. Let's go to a short-term time frame chart, such as the 30-minute. And on the 30-minute, what we have here is we've got a nice TD9 count top. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. And all that happened this morning at 10 o'clock. Now we can see that it's in a TD9 count pattern to the downside, but we're only in bar 8, and we don't have a lowest low of this pattern yet. You need to see that. So there could be a bottoming signal in Cardiff, a TD9 count, that would occur between 2 and 3 p.m. But you got to see a lower low. So, Tim, you may not want to see a lower low. I'm actually suggesting you do want to see a lower low because you do want to see a TD9 count. Of course, you want to see a TD9 count that works. Is there any guarantee that it'll work? No, there's not that guarantee, but you know the patterns. We take a look at them all day long here, and that's why you would be pulling for that. So that's what we've got for Cardiff. Best of luck on that trade, and thanks so much for writing in. The next question coming in from Pat S. This is from the YouTube channel. Pat, thanks for listening on YouTube. And Pat has a question about EKS. EKS, which is Eastman Kodak, maybe? I don't know. EKS out here? No. Not EKS? Yeah, no. EKS. BG. Maybe it's BG you're looking for. BG. Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you out there. I'm new to this whole YouTube stuff, so sorry about that. So it is actually BG, which is a Bunge Limited out here. And the question is just, can you look at it? So we're looking at it, Pat. I know you want more than that. So now what do you want? Well, look, price is trading above the top of its daily and above the top of its weekly and above the top of its monthly. So that looks very nice. That is Bunge Limited. Let's go take a look at Bunge Limited, BG out here on my other chart, see if there's any other signals that Pat needs to be aware of. Well, we look at the daily time frame. What do we see out here? We see wave number 7, that's letter G, up at the high. Price is above a green oscillator and change line on the top of its daily profile. Price is headed back to retest that high from January 14th at the 73.49 area. That's the daily time frame chart. Weekly time frame chart, what is its signal? I'm sure there is a sell the D point that was confirmed, but again here, price is back up. So what it did do is it generated a sell the D point. Price comes back, tests support, the bottom of its weekly profile out there, back above the oscillator and change line. It's going to go back and retest that high. That's the signal from the weekly chart. Monthly time frame chart says, hey, Steve-O, I love your TD9 count, and I happen to be in bar number 8, but I'm not the higher high. The TD9 breakdown level for BG is 74.69. You'd really love to see it close above that over the course of this month or next month out there, but that becomes its target area. So, Pat, thanks so much for listening. Sorry I screwed up at the beginning, and I hope that helps you out. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech. There's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So let's get to our last question that we have at this stage of the game. This is from LB. And LB says, I'm in CRON. That's Chronos. Can you give me a short-term, medium-term price target? So let's go take a look at Chronos out here. This is trading above the top of its daily profile. By the way, that's 1175, so that suggests further upside potential. You're above the top of the weekly, up above the top of the monthly. So let's come back to let's just stay with the weekly time frame chart out here. That's going to be easiest to go ahead and stick your A to B equals CD pattern. So I'll give you the conservative one. The conservative A to B equals CD pattern is going to give us price projection. So it's already at the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD level. That then provides us with another price projection. That would be up at the 1375 area. So that's one way to do it. Another way is to take a look at a retracement. This would be the retracement from its all-time high down to the most recent low. So let's get the retracement tool out here. And that is going to give us a retracement target of... Yeah, okay, good. So right now, Lee, this is sitting right at the 0.382 retracement of that entire move. So this just says, hey, we just need to be careful out here because this can be an area where people begin to get off the elevator. You've got the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD on the weekly. You're also going to have that on the daily time frame. So let's pull over the daily time frame, see what else there is to see out here. Now, if you don't get a bearish reversal candle, if price doesn't begin to move lower, and we don't have a signal yet that suggests that it will, then the price target here becomes 1704. So your price target areas are 1375 to 1704. That's just using our ABCs and our Fibonacci retracement level. On the daily time frame, we take a look at Chronos. We don't see anything wrong. In fact, if anything, we see everything good because price took out its TD9 count top from January 15th yesterday, as well as closing above the top of that profile. So that looks good. The weekly time frame chart, we had taken a look at it. But let's just populate it, see where we're at. Well, resistance, 1241. So 1241 is what you'd like to see, Lee, price close above, to tell you that on a weekly basis, you're up above that resistance level. What happens if you don't get above it? Nothing. I just want you to know where resistance is at, 1241. On a monthly time frame out here, monthly time frame, we don't have anything here to really assist us, so we won't spend time there. The question is on those shorter term time frames, such as a 30-minute. What do we have? Well, you've got wave number 7, so that's already in place out here. Price pulls back, tests support. Support holds. That's the bottom of the profile. Remember, we look for 2 closes below, not 1 close below a level of support or close above a level of resistance out there. That's why we say that support held inside of Chronos. So right now we've got a topping pattern on the 30-minute, just sideways-ish type movement out here. But keep your eye on that because of the patterns that we looked at. You don't have anything on the 65-minute time frame that suggests, hey, bug out or anything along those lines, or a top. You don't have anything on the 130-minute time frame. And on the 195-minute time frame, we also don't have any signals to be concerned about. So it looks like it wants to continue to move higher, but just be careful out there because you are up in resistance areas. Lee, I hope that helps you out with regard to Kronos. Best of luck with you on that trade. So as I look at my email, we've been through everything that has been requested. I assume that's the case inside the Tiger's Den. If there is something outstanding inside the Tiger's Den, please go ahead and retype it in, and I'll go ahead and get to it. In the meantime, let's come back and look at the general markets out here. You've got the NQ that's trading up towards resistance. That's the top of its profile. Same with the ES. And you've got that Russell 2000 that's above the top of the weekly profile. Let's spend some time with those three instruments out here. So let's pull over. So knowing that we're at resistance, where we really want to spend time is on the short-term time frames. So we know they're at resistance. So now our question is there any kind of a topping signal? So let's go with the shortest time frame, which I always say I won't do, but I'm doing for you. 5-minute time frame. Do we have any kind of a top? Whoops. How did that happen? Sorry. We don't have a topping pattern. Yeah, we don't have a topping pattern out here for the 5-minute time frame. So everything here still looks bullish. 10-minute time frame. Just doing a quick search out there. What do we have? No topping signal. 15-minute time frame. What do we have? We've got a TD9 count. So this is good. This is we're at the 15-minute time frame. What were we before? Oh, 10-minute. So on the 15-minute, what you're watching for is 13,504.50. If there's a close above 13,504.50 on a 15-minute time frame, really we'd say 2, but we'll settle for 1. Tells you this pattern has been negated in a strong, powerful move to the upside. Let's look at the 30-minute chart, the opening range chart out here. As we take a look at it, this says that it still wants to continue to move higher out here. You're only in bar number 5, so that's bullish looking. 60-minute time frame, no topping pattern at all. 120-minute time frame, no topping pattern other than the top of its profile that it's trading into. So it is trading in resistance. 240 out here, no topping signal. If anything, price pulled back, tested support. That was the bottom of its profile, generated a hammer candle. Price above a green OUL. This says 13,527 is where it's targeting. And on the 5-hour time frame chart, the chart here looks bullish as well. So what the NQ is signaling to you and I is it's going to go ahead and make a run for that resistance level. It's not much higher. It's at 13,512, about another 11 points, but perhaps it's going to go higher than that. Let's go take a look at the Russell 2000. RTY 3-21. Now, here, again, we're just looking to see if there's any kind of signals of a top. Let's go from 195 and work our way down, or 300 and work our way down. On the 5-hour chart, no topping signal. The 4-hour chart, what do we have out here? Bar number 8 of a TD9 count. So potential topping signal. 120-minute time frame, what do we have? No topping signal at all. That looks pretty strong. That move, if I look at the hourly time frame for the Russell, that too looks strong, no topping signal. If I look at the 30-minute time frame chart, 30-minute time frame chart, most assuredly there is a sell the D point because of the bear sash candle from about an hour ago. The price would need to close below 2188. That's the current oscillator and change line for that time frame to signal a pullback to 2172 or 2176 out here. So it's got potential, but that's all it's got is potential. It's kind of neutral more than anything else. 15-minute time frame out here, what do we have? Not much. So we're not seeing any kind of a top there in the Russell 2000. So the Russell 2000 is looking very strong. Yeah, it's looking very strong. And price is above the top of its daily profile, and we've noticed it's above the top of the weekly profile. So what's the Russell 2000? What's the message it is sending to us? And that's a great question. Let's try to go figure that out. How are we going to figure that out? We're going to figure that out as soon as I can figure out where in the Sam heck I put that tab. Here we go. So now what we're going to look at is we're going to look at larger time frames and price projection areas. We're going to focus on the right-hand side charts. You've got the weekly at the top, quarterly at the bottom. Quarterly chart suggests that price is targeting 22.59. You're at 21.96. 22.59 would be the 1.618 expansion of its last major set of swing points. That major set of swing points being the 2018 high and the 2020 low. There's an A to B equals CD pattern that's got a price projection of 22.68. Where is Russell 2000 headed to? We say 22.59 and 22.68 based on the quarterly and weekly time frame charts. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Got a request to take a look at ticker symbol LAC. That is Lithium Americas Corp out here. And the question is there an entry point? So let's begin by taking a look at the daily time frame chart out here. What do we know? Right now, we know the price is trading in between support, which happens to be the top of its daily profile at 1914, and resistance, which is its oscillator and change line at 21.99. Now, that's not really great news as far as trying to find an entry point. Here, what we would say is 1914 would be an area for you to consider. Let's look at the weekly time frame chart. Weekly time frame chart would say, hey, the level to consider out here would be 1765. The monthly time frame chart, no topping signal at this stage of the game. I take that back. You've got a valid TD 9 count top out here on a monthly basis. So that says, okay, the weekly 1765 is looking more better. But you're going to, in order to see that, you got to see 2 closes below 1914. Short-term time frame charts out here. Let's just start with the 30-minute. You've got a TD9 count bottom. You've got slightly higher lows, but you don't have really higher highs out here. So just a consolidation. So in that case, if this is just beginning a series of higher lows, well, we don't have the higher highs that we can say 1978 would be an area to take a look at. Am I suggesting 1978? It's an area for you to take a look at. I'd really have to see what else is going on the charts out here. So I wish I could provide you with more information. What I can do is summarize it like this. There is not a bottoming pattern, nor is there a topping signal for the daily time frame. But prices below resistance, 21.99, and above support at 19.14. If price closes below 19.14, you could see a run all the way down to its breakout level of 11.80 out there. And so without any kind of other bottoming signals out here, I think you just need to be patient. So, folks, thanks so much for joining me on Terrific Thursday, Thirsty Thursday at that. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Your favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. After that, Obi-Wan Kenobi to take us on home. I'll be back with you on Fantastic Friday. Be safe out there and have a terrific evening. Take care.